Hello guys, and welcome to my video. For today's video, I'm going to be doing an eyeliner tutorial. This is my tutorial on how I get perfect winged liner every time. And I know that sounds a bit presumptuous, like I'm really good at it, but these methods are just ones that really work for me. I'm going to show you guys two methods, and both of these methods gets me perfect winged liner every time. And by that I mean, you know, I don't have to be fixing it and erasing it that often, where you can just do the wing and you're done, because I know eyeliner can be so tricky sometimes. Like, it has taken me a lot of practice to get to where I am with liner. So I'm going to show you guys two methods. I'm going to show you guys my tips, tricks, and my secret weapons, which is how I do my liner. I also show you guys I make mistakes, so I also show you guys how I fix those mistakes, how I sharpen up the line, all my tips you guys get to see. So I'm really spilling my secrets here. So if you're interested in my liner tutorial, go ahead and keep watching and we'll get started with the video. Alright guys, so let's get started. We're going to start off really up close and personal because I want you guys to really see what I'm doing with the eyeliner. So I have two different methods that I use to do my liner. So I'm going to show you guys the first method.
Alright, so with this first method, what we're going to do first is just make a tiny wing and then go from there. So I'm going to start off by lining the lash line, and I usually start off sort of in the middle, close to the end, and then I'll go into the beginning, and just make sure you're lining as closely to the lash line as possible. It's kind of like we're just tight lining. And then we're going to go in and start making a tiny little wing. So I go pretty much below the crease when I do my small wing. And then starting at the tip, you just want to drag your wand from the tip back down to your lash line until it connects with that liner. And then you're just going to fill it in using really small, short strokes. That is my biggest tip I can give you guys. When you're doing liner, be sure to use small, short strokes. And that way you're less likely to mess up and you have more control over your brush. So I'm just filling in the little line that I had made. And then what I'm going to do after that is just make that wing longer. So now that I have that shape, there I messed up under the wing, but that's okay. I'll show you how to fix up any mistakes that you make. But now that we have the wing shape, I'm just going to make it longer. So this is a really easy way to make a wing, especially if you're a beginner. You just have a small wing and then pretty much you just go under that and make that line longer, and all of a sudden you have a wing. So now all I'm going to do is use short strokes, and I'm just going to go and straighten out the line. I'm just going to thicken it up a bit. I like to make my liner thicker since I do have smaller eyes, but it really depends on your eye shape and how comfortable you are with how thick you're going to make your liner. So I went back and just thickened it up, and you want to make sure that you're doing a straight line from the tip to the lash line. And then I do go in and I thicken up the line in the inner corner, and I end up messing up, but that's okay because I'm going to show you guys how I fix mistakes that I make even with eyeshadow on. So right there you can see that I kind of messed up, but that's alright, we can fix it. So I end up going in with a small brush into my makeup remover wipes, and not only is this going to make sure that you get the product off, but it's going to pick up some makeup remover product, and that way we can start getting rid of that black that messed up our wing. So you just want to go really lightly and just lightly take off what you can. And then after that, you're just going to take the same eyeshadow that you used and just put that on top, and this is going to hide that mistake that we made. It's obviously not going to correct it completely, but it's going to hide it. And then when we go back in with liner, you can hardly tell that we made a mistake there. So I'm just going back in with my eyeshadow, and then I'm just going to take concealer under the wing. This is going to clean up that dot I accidentally made under the wing, and this is also going to sharpen up the wing. So I'm just taking my concealer on a concealer brush and I'm patting that in, and then I'm going to set that with some Laura Mercier translucent powder. That way we make sure that everything is set and you can't even see that dot that I made under the wing. And then just to further make sure everything is blended, you really want to pack that and just blend, blend, blend. And then to make sure that we still hide even more, I'm going to take the color that I have under my lash line, which is burnt orange from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm just going to put that underneath the wing. I'm just going to smoke the wing out just a little bit and just connect it. You don't have to do this, but I sometimes like to do this just to hide those mistakes even more. And then because it looks a little weird sometimes, I go in with the brush that I used for the translucent powder and I just clean that up a bit. And I have that wing done. So that is a good shape if you like a smaller, thinner wing. That's all you have to do. But because I'm extra, I wanted to go and make a really thick wing today and just show you guys a different kind of wing. But if you do like a smaller, thinner wing, I would recommend just staying in that phase. I like to make my eyes appear bigger by using liner, so I do thicken up my liner quite a bit. So whenever I thicken up the back, I have to thicken up the front. So if I'm fixing the wing and thickening that up, I then go back into the front and thicken that up as well, because you want to make sure that everything is even and you want to make sure that everything is as straight as you can make it, and that's what gets you a good wing. So when I do my liner, it's a process of looking down and fixing the wing and looking up and making sure that your wing also doesn't look crazy when you look up. So that's why I go back and forth from looking down to looking up and then to fixing the wing. So right now I am just thickening that wing and I focus most of the product above the wing where I want to fix it. And you just want to make sure you look at your wing from all angles to see where you need to fix it, where you need to straighten it a bit. So here I'm going to thicken up this side a little bit more because it's not straight. So I'm going to straighten that, and then I'm done with this wing. And it's super easy to achieve, and that way you have minimal mistakes. And I have my thick wing. So this is my first method. Pretty much you just do a small wing and then you just make it longer and thicker. Moving on to my second method, this one is a bit easier. So I just start off by making a line to do my wing. So I go past my crease in this one and I go to where my liner is going to end, and I have to make sure that it matches my other eye. So using small strokes, I just do both of these parts. So now I start at the tip and make my way to the lash line. So in one motion, you don't want to pick up your wand. You go from the tip to the lash line and then you go in and fill in the lash line. So we pretty much have our shape for our wing done already, but I'm just making sure that it matches the wing on the other side as well. So anytime you go from the tip, you just want to pull it to the lash line, and here I am just filling in the wing. And then it's just a matter of making sure that the shape is right. So here I am sort of making it a little bit longer because the other one was longer, and then I'm going to go in and fix the wing itself, just make that thicker, and then I thicken up the inner corner as well. So I am just thickening the line right now, and you want to make sure you are using small strokes. I can't say it enough, because if you try to do it all at once, then you're more likely to mess up, which is harder to fix. So that's just what I've learned. So you just want to make sure that your wings match. Now I'm going to go in with concealer and just fix the under the eye. Even though nothing is wrong with it, I like to do this to sharpen it up in any case. So I just am going through the same process I did with the other eye. I am patting in that concealer, setting it with a translucent powder, and then I'm gonna go in with the orange, burnt orange eyeshadow to make sure that it matches the other eye. And I am done with my wings. So those are two different methods for you guys.
Alright guys, so that is the end of my liner tutorial, and I hope that you guys liked my tips, tricks, and secret weapons on how I get my liner, and I hope that you guys enjoyed either method of how I do it. I'm just wearing my natural lashes today so that you guys can see just the liner, you know, focus on the liner. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.